I'll be out of control. I'll be out of control. I'll be out of control.
What up, everybody? It's Ishe from livingishe Reviews, and I'm here with a video, and this is my review of 90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days, Season 5, Episode 14. And they call this one the Disappearing Act. And that's because a lot of these Mickey Fickies was disappearing. So let's get into it. All right, so Geno and Jasmine. They start off with them. So Geno storming out, after that argument where he threw his chair last week. So we got Jasmine talking about, catching him in a lie about going on some trip with his ex, like 100 years ago. It was like 6 years ago, and this dude is goofy already. So how is he gonna remember anything? Like I don't think he remembered nothing from 6 years ago. She even went through his emails and found out. She went through his emails entitled travel. Like, why you got to do all that? You got to do all that. Why you want to be with this person? Geno's feeling like she's punishing him. Like, he's always feeling attacked by her. You don't say, Geno. So it's like, Jasmine is a tit for tat girl. She's immature. She wants to do something to him so where he could feel pain and hurt, like when he hurt her. So it's like, this relationship ain't gonna go far. You don't survive in a relationship when you go in tit for tat. Like, somebody got to be the bigger person, and it's just not like, it's not a competition. Like, when you start competing with your significant other, it never stops, and you're not gonna look at that person as an equal, or they always gonna be. You're never going to be satisfied, and all your happiness and gratification is going to come from them. So you got to be already cool and happy on your own, no matter what somebody else does to you. It don't require the same energy. But anyway, she's got the tears going on. So because he stormed out and he gone, he's like I'm done. I had it. And so he ain't come back to the room and check on her, because he out there, he like just thinking about it. And she goes to him, she's crying and stuff. Now she's feeling hurt. Now she want to get back in his good graces. She comes up and apologizes. Now that's big, because women don't apologize. No, I'm just joking. No, I wouldn't expect her to apologize for nothing. I don't think she apologized for anything this whole season, and that was big. And Geno just, take it like a G, and he just said, okay. Like, he don't even go into like what he did, or like, oh no, you don't have to apologize because I was wrong for this and that. No, he just says, okay. So I still don't see why she's hurt about something he did in his past. Like, that is very childish. Like, we cannot be mad at somebody for doing other things, fun things with their ex and their past. I mean, this is a whole new relationship. Y'all can do some new stuff. Like, don't worry about that's why I don't want to know I don't want to know what they did. I don't want to know what this person did to them. Like, I really don't want to know about your past. Like, because that don't matter. Like, the future is here and we're in the here and now. Like, I don't want to know. Like, that comes out. Sometimes, you can explain it or say, oh yeah, I'm feeling this way because of this, but I really don't want to know, because when you know too much about what somebody did with their past relationship, then you end up trying to one-up it, or you try to do everything not to be like that person, and you just can't operate like that, because that takes you out of who you are. Okay, anyway, again, these two are both creepy, You got him, who's creepy, and then you got her. I mean, they talk about, her apologizing, and she's like, oh yeah, he's like something, well, I think you would be a crazy ex, and she's like, you don't want me as an ex. And I believe her. Like, I would not want, can you imagine having her as an ex? That's crazy already. Just that thought is making me shriek. So Geno goes on to do some reflecting though. So now we go to Usman and Kimberly. Usman's friends G check him about Kimberly. They like, look, man, you gotta look. If this girl ain't doing what you want and she ain't the way you is, like just leave her alone. Like you gotta make a decision. Like just end it. Like she disrespecting you. She throwing water on you. She's like trying to disrespect us. She look crazy. she like your mom's age. Like they just like, look, man, you gotta do what makes you happy. But I know she ain't making you happy. So Kim acts like she don't want to talk to him or see him no more. But when he texts her like, let's meet, she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I want to see him. So, but she's looking for him to do some grand gesture on like proving his love to her. And I'm like, man, you were too old to be like this. You already took the man's chain. I mean, the chain you bought him. What grown up gives a gift and takes it back because you mad? Like, come on, man. He was like, you know, if we done, here's your MacBook Pro and your PS5, which is hard to get, and she didn't want those back, but she wanted to hurt him. She see him wearing his chain. She know he can like go out anywhere in the world with that chain. He can't just go around showing off a PS5. Like he can't go to the club with the PS5 and his MacBook, but he can go to the club and have that chain on. So that's why she wanted to take that back. Probably wasn't even real anyway. Okay, so now we're going to Memphis and Hamz. Okay, Hamza, he's getting ready for the wedding. Everybody's getting ready for the wedding. His family is there. They probably from east, west, north, and south. It's a big day for everybody, a big weekend. Memphis had got mad last week. She went to a hotel to cool off and think about things because she was mad because of this prenup thing, which was totally her fault. I mean, she gonna get on this man Hamza about not having transportation ready to go to Tunis and all this stuff, and not having his stuff together. But she comes here talking about, can you sign a prenup, and don't have the prenup in hand, which is, I mean, for all her, she does a lot of projecting too, because it's, yeah, she looks like she's hard to be with. But anyway, Memphis is talking about she wants to be in this family because she see how close they are, how close-knit of a family they are. She never had that. So she wants to be she wants a family unit, like a real family. And she's, you know, she didn't have a family and her kids don't have a family. It's like a cycle just repeating itself. I guess she want to stop that. So, but is ready to push the marriage back until she gets the prenup done, which ain't gonna happen. Like, she didn't plan right, and it's not happening, baby girl. That's just, look, just go ahead and get married. It don't even matter because you don't even know. I mean, and Tunisia has laws to protect the women from the men, just like we do. So, I mean, who knows? That prenup might be null and void because y'all didn't sign it in the state of Michigan, or, I mean, it could be anything. I mean, she didn't do her research on the laws and, you know, both countries, especially not, she didn't even do the research on his culture. So I didn't expect her to do the real laws on the stuff that mattered to her. So now we go to Ben and Mahogany, this fake couple. So Mahogany is trying to figure out a way to break up with Ben. So Ben was supposed to meet Mahogany and her father, but for whatever reason, her father decided not to go. Ben thinks it's because he flaked out on them. Ben is acting childish. Like, no, it's not because you did it. It's not a tit for tat. Like, what's wrong with these people? Jeez, it's not eye for eye, tooth for tooth. The father is basically saying, you know what, this ain't nothing real anyway, and you too young for this. Like, you got some living to do. And so they go back to Gino and Jasmine. So they made up, and they go to this cool looking hot springs place. Then they go back to Ben and Mahogany. Now, Ben is hoping that Mahogany's parents come to meet him to meet with her and him because he wants the parents to explain why he's a good pick for their daughter. Oh, man, he is just he is so out of it. He is so out of touch. Like, why would a father say that you, like, a peer of his is good for his daughter? Like, what's wrong with this guy, man? Something is seriously wrong with this dude. Mahogany shows up alone with a letter from her dad. Like, she says, this is a letter from my dad. Like, this is the weirdest couple, weirdest experience. Like, I think they just had a script. Like, they got a filler couple. They had an audition and everything, I think. So anyway, Mahogany said that it wasn't her parents that was upset because he didn't make it. She was more upset that he didn't make it than her parents was. Her parents can care less because they know this ain't happening. So, but Ben is so immature and girl like his whole thing for not coming to that breakfast is he wanted her to miss him. Like, he wanted to feel missed. He wanted to feel wanted. Like, he actually said this. What man actually says, I just wanted to feel wanted? I understand you being in your, getting in touch with your feelings and your feminine side, but that's not cool. It's not cool for a man to say. It sounds better coming from a woman. Like, if I hear a woman say, I just wanted you to miss me, that makes me feel like, oh, yeah, that's a woman. You shouldn't, a 50-year-old man who works out like that sound really weird. Anyway, looks like she broke up with him. They wasn't really a pair anyway. Like, they wasn't really a couple. So I guess she said she don't want to see him. She's leaving. He's about crying. I mean, he should have knew this when he came to the airport and nobody was there. Like, he should have turned back. He shouldn't even came because she was telling him that her parents don't want to meet him or they don't think this is good, and he still went anyway. So as far as I'm concerned, he deserved everything he get. All right, so now we go to Geno and Jasmine. So Geno finally proposes to Jasmine with a ring I bet she ain't gonna like. So she ended up saying yes, of course. Who's gonna say no to a proposal? I stand firm on that. Nobody's gonna turn down a proposal. People will be engaged to get married because they could show off, or they could tell people, no, we ain't playing, we engaged. But if you really don't like a person, it's hard to just be like, nah, I don't want to get married. Unless you really loathe or hate this person. But anyway, Geno asked Jasmine if she likes the ring. He says, do you like it? She says, I can see it's got Geno written all over it. It looks like something you picked, basically. And is this even diamond? You don't know your woman already like this. You know she's going to want a diamond. You know she's going to ask if it's a diamond. I mean, he's like, I don't know. I'm not a diamond expert. The ring screams Geno. And I don't think it's a diamond. I think he paid like $300 for it. This couple is weird, I'm telling you. They even kiss weird. Like, I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what she's doing. It's just nasty to see, actually. So now we go back to Memphis and Hamz. So Memphis is, she comes in the house. She comes back from the hotel. Everybody's in a festive mood. They are ready for this wedding. And Memphis comes in and she's like, just like schlep rock. She ran in on the parade. She got the dark cloud around her. She want to talk to Hamz, take him out. He getting his hair cut. She want him to come out the barber's chair. She got his sister to come and translate for her. She still want to talk about this prenuptial agreement or post-nup. She want to know if he'll sign a post-nup. And he's like, man, I thought we talked about this. I thought this was done. And you coming back at me again? And her sister is like, well, what the hell? Like, why don't you, like, you see how you talking about this stuff is affecting him? It's hurting my brother's feelings. He don't want to, who wants to discuss divorce before they even get married? I mean, this is something that they should have discussed before she even flew over there. I mean, when you talking to somebody and y'all at least discussing marriage, you should, then the notion about prenup should come up. Like, if you're going to do it, it should come up right then. But she waits until she flies all the way there and got a week to go before she talking about a prenup. And this man already said that he despises the notion of divorce. And it seems like she already got them divorced before they even get married. And his sister is trying to talk sense into Memphis, like, why are you talking about this right before the marriage is happening? Like, this is a celebration. Everybody's happy. You bring my brother down. You keep talking about the most important thing should be you and his love, not this paperwork that you want him to sign. Like, you keep going on and on about. They end up getting into a little back and forth. It's crazy. And then, she's talking about, well, I got a lot to lose. He could take half my assets. He could take my money from my kids. He can take. Nobody's gonna take nothing from you. Okay, I bet at best you got a house and a car. Like, I don't think you making millions of dollars. Like, and anyway, he can get back to he could say he gonna sign a posting up and not sign it. And then anything y'all have during the course of y'all marriage, y'all got to split up anyway. I mean, if you worried about paying child support, I mean, okay, then you make it work. I guess you make it work, but y'all don't have kids yet, so why you even thinking that way? You don't be thinking about that. You don't know what kind of job he's going to get. I mean, he could flip on you and get, hooked up with some Tunisian company out there and be making a lot more than you, I mean, her whole way of thinking is just really, really strange. And if she'd have really did her research, she'd have found out that she should go ahead and do it in Tunisia because they got laws too. If he gets divorced, he got to pay you a whole bunch of money. So, I mean, it is what it is. Like, if y'all have kids, y'all just need to work on y'all marriage. Just make sure y'all don't end it. So, but anyway, the sister's smart. She's really getting annoyed at Memphis. I mean, because her brother is being hurt here. So I kind of understand that. So now we go back to Geno and Jasmine. They at the hot springs. They got engaged. Oh, yeah, I talked about that. So now we going to Mike and Jimena, everybody's favorite couple. So Jimena's mom tries to convince her to stay with Mike. And Mike is like, I don't know what happened to her. Like, she don't want to talk to me no more. She acting like she don't want to be around me. Like, that's been plain as day. Like, you can't get more clear than all the stuff she did this whole season when you came back the second time. Even your friends told you to leave and your dumbass is still down there. Man, Jimena can't even make herself like him. It really shows that she can't do it. She thought it would be easy. She's like, okay, all I got to do is give him some every once in a while, act like I like him, and I got the bag secured, like easy. But she didn't realize how nasty this mother was, how just like turned off she was about him. Mike turns to her mom for advice, and then we go back to Hamz and Memphis. Memphis, she talks to her mom about, this posting up, and her mom was like, don't do it unless you got everything signed. And she didn't say, well, I dropped the ball. She didn't say none of that. She was just like acting like he don't want to sign it, Memphis appears to have just made her mind up and is like, F it, I'm going to move forward with it. So good luck. Good riddance. Ben and Mahogany, I don't even think they had a relationship. So he's going on about, the video chats, FaceTimes. She didn't show up at the airport. I mean, this was all stuff that he could have prevented. I mean, he's on some fairy tale-ish, you know what I'm saying? It's weird that, he's lost so much credibility. So anyway, he didn't find out by the Airbnb that she had when she said it was her place. It was an Airbnb, clearly. Anyway, we're going back to Gino and Jasmine. I don't want to go back to them. Let's go back to Memphis and Hamza. They talk about prenup again. Ultimately, it's just offending everybody in the family. I mean, she's already did so much damage. Family starts getting to like her, and she is back at it with this prenup, postnup, which she didn't have. If she had it in hand, it'd have been good, but she just looking real weird right now. But he agrees to sign it. But hey, if he refused after the wedding, is what it is. Ben and Mahogany. Oh yeah, so this was funny. Ben is packing up to go back to San Bartolo and Peru with Mahogany. But Mahogany left his ass. She checked out the hotel early. She gone. Like, I could just hear. I could just hear like her pedals to the metal. Like, she gone through stop signs and everything to get away from that place. He's looking for her around a hotel. He's asking the concierge, did a young woman leave? And the concierge like, there's young women all the time leaving, player. Like, what's wrong with you? No, but yeah, he said that she checked out the night before, actually. He go outside, the vehicle gone. He ain't got no ride back, y'all. She done left this dude. He don't even have a ride back to the city. So he got to pay a $250 taxi ride to go back. But, you know, you're a man of a certain age. Hey, you got to get back home, right? You know, she had a nice vacation on your dime, and it is what it is, man. You got to pay to play. So we go to Uzman and Kimberly. So Uzman really, like, I can't believe he keeps acquiescing to this woman. Like, what is wrong with this dude? Like, he starts serenading Kimberly through his cell phone, and she's happy. Doesn't take much to please old Kimberly. There was nothing to write home about. I mean, he's singing his song through the cell phone. I'm glad it wasn't a proposal, though, because it was just crazy. They had dinner, they having drinks, and when she eating and stuff, and I don't know. Usman now wants her to be his girlfriend. Now he invited her to come back to Nigeria to meet his parents. I'm like, man, why your parents don't want to keep meeting these old white women who are like older than her? Like, stop it, man. All right, so now we go back to Mike and Jimena. They go on some kind of date where they go to play pool and stuff. And Mike is trying really hard to, like, you know, get close and get affectionate with Jimena. And she's like, ugh, you disgusting. Like, I just want to play pool. Don't teach me. Don't hold me. I can do it. Like, and he's like he's just really, you know, he's already strange. And he's trying his hardest to get a kiss out of her and all this stuff. I mean, why did she even convince him to stay in the first place? Last week, she convinced him to stay when he was going to leave. And now she wanted him to leave. Like, he should have just left, period. She even slept with him again. So, I mean, as repulsed as she is by him, this is all transactional. She's getting stuff. He's getting the punani. That's it. And just leave it at that. So, Jimena said she's never been in a serious relationship before. Neither has he. Shocker. Of course, he never been in a serious relationship before, which is weird. She hasn't been in a serious relationship before, but she got 2 kids by 2 daddies, and both of them in jail. Yeah, they just got that baby and they out. So she blessed with two kids, but man, something's wrong. She admits she gets bored and she's young, and she's like, I don't think marriage is for me. And they convinced to play pool. They playing pool. They look like they having fun. And then he asks if she's happy, and she's like, well, nah, I'm not really happy around you. If my kids was here, that'd be different. But I ain't really happy because nobody make me happy but my kids. And he just likes to take these insults. This dude likes pain. And he catches on that, he's getting a cold shoulder, that she don't want him around. And they break up. Like, she's like, you finished? You done? Are you done? This time she's like, I don't care. Like, you got to go. Just go back to New York. And he's like, yeah, I'm done, but I'm taking all my stuff that I bought you to New York. And she's like, you know what, I don't care. Take it all. Just get out. I just don't want you here no more. I don't care what you got to do. Just leave. And like, what's up with these Americans? I mean, these Americans that's on this show of a particular appearance are they got the colonizer attitude where they could just, throw their money around and think that everybody else in the world is just gonna, just acquiesce because they got some money. Like, he made her quit her job because he didn't want nobody else getting with her. She was doing the webcam stuff. Any price, the right price is the best price for her. So she got a price for anybody. So, I mean, he said he was gonna pay. He paid her rent. He bought appliances for the house. I mean, she gave him sex. He bought stuff. She gave him sex. He bought stuff. She gave him sex. Y'all even. Like, now he wants to be an Indian giver. Like Kimberly took the chain back from Usman, expecting him to beg for it. He's trying to act like he's gonna take all this stuff back, wanting her to beg for him. I mean, then you got Memphis acting like, oh, I'm too good, I'm too rich for this peasant. He's got to sign some paper. He's got to sign a prenup. I don't even know what I got. I don't even have a prenup, but I know you should be signing it. It's like, what is going on, man? So anyway, they break up, and she puts him on the curb, really. Like, he runs out the pool hall. He runs into oncoming traffic, and he ain't watching where he's going. The cameraman is like, hey, where you going? The producer's like, hey, what's going on? What's up with you, man? You signed a contract. You can't leave the show. She's up there. She was happy at first, but then she thought about it. She's like, oh, shoot, I got to get a job. I might have to sell my body in person. Like, I was doing it on the webcam, but now I got to go back and do that degrading stuff. Or I could be with this degrading gringo. Like, I don't know where's my life going? And but she, she said she'd rather be poor and broke than be with this dude. So she voted with her feet. Game over. So that was it, man. This episode sucked. This was a bad episode. Like, I wasted an hour and a half. It was just bad. If I had to rate this out of 5, it gets a half a star. Like, oh man. I hope next week is better. So that's it for my time. That's it for my review of 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 Days Season 5, Episode 14. And I'll see y'all next week. Stay decent.